When I started teaching at a large secular university in 1984, I quickly learned that my Christian faith was not welcome. In fact, I was informed it's illegal to proclaim it in a public educational venue. To proclaim Christianity in a secular setting was to breach the wall separating church and state, or so they said. I discovered something else. Professors on the left felt no such restraint. They were perfectly free to preach their ideology in the classroom. In fact, they felt obligated to do so. One day, one of my colleagues was walking out the door of our department on his way to class, and he said, I need to obliterate the religious beliefs of some of my students. And I asked him, George, what do you intend to replace them with? His answer, why, Marxism, of course. George felt it was perfectly fine to preach his views in the classroom, a freedom he would not grant to me. I very quickly saw religion needs to be defined differently. I would ask my students this question: is I believe in God a religious statement? Well, of course it is. Okay. How about this statement? I don't believe in God. Is that a religious statement? If not, why not? It's a statement of the same kind. A religion does not require a belief in God to be a religion. Let's define religion. It has a worldview or a comprehensive view of reality. It has a list of doctrines to which it adheres. It has a framework for making moral decisions. It has some kind of authority. It has a type of salvation or righteousness and a way of achieving it. It has an eschatology, a belief in where the world is headed and how it will end. It defines what gives life meaning. The courts have concluded that a religion has some sort of community or group expression. It is a gathering of people and not just individual conscience. What I was confronted with in my university was a religion. It had many of the same characteristics as Christianity, but was virulently anti-Christian. And I concluded, if what I'm teaching is illegal, so is what they're teaching. At one time in American culture, it was to your advantage to call yourself religious. No longer. Today, to be religious is to be a moron. Denouncing religious faith is a mark of intelligent decision-making. To admit to being any kind of Christian is to invite ridicule, rejection, and persecution, especially as one moves up the ladder to greater and greater social status. However, rejecting traditional religion does not mean you cease to be religious. We return again to Chesterton. When a man stops believing the God of the Bible, he does not believe nothing, he then believes anything. Or as Jacob Hess puts it, quote, ceasing to trust or to love the divine is not to cease or to trust or love anything at all. Instead of a dilution of trust and love, these internal devotions almost always end up getting transferred to something else, end quote. As I observed in a recent video, many Westerners are returning to paganism, as though it's some new thing. It's not, and no one doubts it's a religion, but a lot more people have joined the new religion of the progressive leftists. It's the new Marxist faith, and you have to adhere to it if you're going to be accepted into polite company. Recently, the British journalist Helen Lewis, herself an atheist, wrote a fascinating article on how social justice has become a new religion. She rightly observes that, quote, for some activists, politics has usurped the role that religion used to play as a source of meaning and purpose in our lives and a way to find a community, end quote. People like to brag that they have left religion behind. When a pollster asks them for their religious affiliation, they answer none. But they are deceiving themselves. Man is incurably religious. Men and women are replacing traditional religions with what I call God substitutes. And the list is long. For some, the new gods are political leaders or fictional superheroes, even entertainers or sports figures. Others try to replace God with assorted addictions, drugs, alcohol, work, romance, sex. But the biggest new religious substitute is politics. Many years ago, the chairman of the political science department at a major university told me bluntly, politics is my religion. This worship of politics is a lot more likely to be found on the left. The political right has serious competition from Christianity. Christians with any level of commitment do not allow politics to become their religion. Even right-wingers with very little Christian faith still have divided loyalties. Not on the left. No divided loyalties there. There is no competition. There is no competition for his loyalty, at least not from traditional religion. So, to understand the progressive left, we must understand it is a religious competitor to Christianity. In future videos, I will describe this relatively new religion in greater detail. May the God of the true faith that comes through Jesus Christ bless you this day in a mighty way.